What is up, guys? Logan here again with another Palantir video. Let's talk about the stock and why I plan on investing $5,000 into it this week in shares. And then I also might mess with some options because the technical analysis has just been so spot on with them. And now we're trending above the EMA and above the VWAP from Friday. And this is just so textbook. And same with even the sell-off right here as we fall under the EMA and the VWAP. The stock is just looking amazing. Textbook plays, textbook breakouts. The volume's incredible right now. And let's talk about the really big event and news kind of thing that happened around Palantir was Soros, the fund management group, just added shares. And just like me, they sold their bank stocks last week and they add some Palantir. They plan on adding some more this week and Disney. Same way that I did it. I sold my bank stocks last week, looking to add Palantir this week. So it's cool to see a big fund like that kind of mimicking the moves that I'm making too. And I didn't even know they were doing this. I didn't even know they sold their bank stocks when I did. It was just kind of something that I saw based on my charts and charting and kind of how I feel the market out. So that's one thing that I thought we should talk about really quickly was, Soros adding that, and then we also, ARK bought more shares of it too. So Palantir is owned by ARK, the big ETF that has been outperforming so many of the other ETFs, and then also Soros, the big management fund. So that's something really cool to see. And when I found out about that, I was just like, what? They sold their bank stocks too last week, and they want to add Palantir now, and they are incredible. So as long as all my bank transfer stuff goes through, I should have $5,000 to throw into some Palantir. So I'm excited to see the movement and kind of my end of the year price target of roughly, $18 to $20. And I think that's a little modest personally. I think the way the stock's been trading, that if I throw a number out there of like $25 by January or so, I think that's a really realistic spot for Palantir. So let's hop into more of the technical stuff. Talk about Friday, textbook breakout, selling action right here, hit the EMA, bounced off of it, continue to trade above the VWAP and even into after hours. So we're looking really good still here. And like I said, here with the EMA, VWAP fell through, fell all the way down, gap down overnight. And Palantir is just such an impressive stock. And I love their model, working with the government like I talked about in the last couple of videos. But I really think there's a lot of upside and just their textbook, they're working just so well with the technical charts, and that's one thing that I really enjoy about Palantir right now. And it's just cool to see that their revenue's growing, and the stock's got a lot of room to the upside, like I talked about in my last couple of videos, where I called the dip here, and after their little run up, and then they had a really nice Friday too. So I think there's a lot of people who want to come in for the long term. Now that I saw their revenue, it's the same thing that I'm kind of seeing is with them and upping their stake and work and contracts with the U.S. government. I think that's really cool because I like companies that have this sort of model where they focus on, their really big customer, and especially one like the U.S. government, to where that's one of the best things to have behind you as far as customer, right? Because of how much funding the U.S. government gets. One of the, and the U.S. military as well, kind of incorporating Palantir. And I love just kind of their model behind their business. So that's what's going to be really cool is to see the military. We have one of the biggest militaries in the world. So it's cool to see America start to work with Palantir. And that's why their growth potential is seriously unlimited. And I'm really excited to see how we continue to move. But yeah, this week I plan on picking up $5,000 worth of shares. And just to make sure, a lot, because I've been doing a lot of credit spreads, so we're going to see how the week goes with that, whether I pick shares up at the beginning of the week or if I wait for my collateral to free up. But that's kind of what I'm looking at for my long-term portfolio. So as long as everything kind of goes as planned this week, then I'll be picking up some shares of Palantir because it's just such a great time for the stock too. And I've gotten really in depth in my last video after their earnings call, but there's so much upside with this stock. It's just really phenomenal to see. Like I said, they're right here in Denver, so it's just cool to see a stock headquartered there. But I love their technical charts, and I'm going to continue to trade them this week. Even this morning, they get tons of volume every morning. So if you're looking to even options trade them, which I'm a huge fan of, or to day trade them with shares. I mean, every morning they've had a really solid, steady movement with a large influx of volume. Even here is a little shaky on Wednesday, a little harder to make money there, but between Tuesday, I mean, even if we're looking at Tuesday, huge sell action. I mean, we fell below the EMA with the VWAP. I mean, that's a lot of seller action happening. Same with Monday. Even though the EMA was trending above it, still fell through the VWAP there. Tons of volume in the morning. So that's my little breakdown on Palantir really quickly. And if you want to watch my other videos, I get really in depth where I talk about the earnings call and then also a little bit more about the company, and like I said, even looking at jobs to see their opportunities and kind of what their vision as a company is for the future is just something that I've been really interested in. But I just wanted to talk about the Soros Group adding shares and also ARK investing more shares. So Soros Group picked up, I think, 18 million shares, 16 or 18 million shares. I think it was 18.2 million to be exact. So that was just really cool to see, and I'm really impressed, and I think that we're going to start to see the stock take off a little bit more. Just like last week, though, like I said, called the little earnings run up, the little sell off dip, and it did dip after hours, but of course I don't have access to purchasing it after hours all the way down here. But then we opened up Friday, really big time, already close to 15, and now we're at 16 again. So I'm hoping we get a little bit more of a dip so I can hop in with my shares at a better price. But either way, depending on how this credit spreads go this week, I plan on picking some shares up this week, and it would just be a phenomenal time to do it, because even like a stock like this, let's say you buy it at 15, it gets to 25, that's 60 to 70% return on your money. And even the guys who bought in at 9 or 10, I mean, you're almost doubling your money when we get to 17. And that's really why I plan on investing so much into it, is because the funds are starting to pick up Palantir. I know ARK holds it, and those are just some of the two biggest and most successful funds out there. But that's going to be all for me. Make sure to join the Discord below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on this video and leave a like. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on Palantir and what I see with the stock. I hope this helps you guys out a lot. And make sure to check out my other videos about Palantir. I think my last 3 are about Palantir, because there's just so much to it, the story right now, and I love keeping people updated on why I make moves on it. And it's just really cool to see all these other funds do it. And maybe today this is your like 3rd or 4th Palantir video that you've watched, so you're kind of hearing some of the same stuff. But for people who haven't heard about it, that's why I'm making this video, so that you guys have a really good understanding of why I may trade it this week, but also why I'm picking up shares for the long term. So that's going to be everything for me. I really hope you guys have a great Saturday. So just enjoy the day. The weather's really nice out here currently. So I hope it is where you guys are, and just stay safe. And I will see you guys in the next video.